Life is hard, but it could be worse. Life is hard, but it could be worse. Life is hard.
Welcome to the Life is Hard
Life is
podcast.
Could it really be worse, though?
Sure.
I don't know. I think it's pretty bad. Life is hard.
I'm giving you the look because
And
we
it
haven't
shouldn't have to be that hard.
introduced ourselves yet. This is not polite. I am Jed.
I will remain anonymous.
Great. Jed Lag, if you must know. Okay.
Always behind the times. It's Jed Lag.
Exactly.
Are you tired? Do you suffer from traveling too much?
Yeah.
Maybe you have Jed Lag. And if you don't, maybe you should.
Well, if you're really hot and you're, ex-cheerleader, that's okay.
And you're 15?
Well, I'm not 15, okay? It would be legal.
For an ex-cheerleader.
If a 48-year-old ex-cheerleader banged me. She could do just about anything she wanted and I would not complain.
Right. Well, I don't think he complained either, the 15-year-old.
Well, he's not allowed to make that decision. That's the difference.
That's crazy.
I'm a legal adult. I still pay my own way. I can get banged by a cheerleader if I want to.
Well, even somebody who could pay their own way or not pay their own way, wouldn't you think a 15-year-old is able to make those decisions for himself? I could when I was 15. I mean, I knew.
He's too impressionable.
But people are impressionable at 30.
Well,
there's millions of sheep
we're
out
trying
there
to deal with that problem.
that are
okay?
adults.
That's a separate issue.
It's not a separate issue.
It's a completely separate issue.
It's not if you're talking about an 8-year-old.
If your brain is fully formed and fully mature and you're still susceptible to someone coming and saying, I've got a bridge to sell you, or you're going to buy a lottery ticket because you think you're going to win.
Or I have a vagina, look at this.
Right. Well, I would fall for that one. But that's
what I'm saying.
No, it's a different kind of impressionable. I mean, the 15-year-old doesn't have the tools to, fend off that sort of attack. I do. Just because I choose not to use them.
A 15-year-old would not want to fend off.
Right. And he doesn't know why he would want to.
Right.
Which is why we have to protect him.
Because we know better?
Have you seen the Monty Python documentary, In Search of the Holy Grail?
Yes. Documentary.
It's too perilous. It's too much peril.
Much too perilous.
Yes.
We're all between the ages of 16 and 19 and a half.
It's too perilous.
Dressing.
We cannot allow a 15-year-old to have that sort of peril.
Undressing. We're just jealous of the 15-year-old. That's what the problem is. There are millions of guys out there going, that crap didn't happen to me when I was 15, and I'll be damned if we're going to let her get away with giving you that treatment because she didn't give it to me. She would have probably taken 24-year-old ass if it would have been around.
Yeah, you're just dreaming again.
No, I'm not 24 either.
You could have been at the time.
Saying. No, it was like November or May or something.
My math skills aren't that good. How old would you have been? 25?
Yes. Yes, I am 25. Woohoo! Look at me, I'm 25.
Well, you could have been last November.
Listen to me, I'm 25. I mean, I don't know.
That gray in your beard kind of gives you away. But still, you were much younger last November.
I was much younger.
Life is obviously hard for you. I mean,
hardened, bitter old man.
In 10 months, you've just grayed out.
Exactly.
Gosh.
No, I do this on purpose. This is coloring.
You realize we need pictures of us on our website?
No, but that would defeat the purpose of being anonymous. Unless we wear masks.
I'm not anonymous. I'm
Jed.
Jed Lag, yes. Yeah. God, I almost forgot.
That's because
the sucks when you're so old you're forgetting your own name.
Jed Lag has gotten to you.
Look, it's not like it's easy.
Getting old?
Using a different name on every podcast.
Oh.
I mean, I'm going to run out of names eventually.
We're only on podcast number 4.
How many names are there?
At least 20,000 according to the baby book.
Okay, I didn't know about that many.
Yeah. There's a stupid thing going around on Facebook where you put in your name and it tells you what it means. Only it doesn't tell you what it means. It gives you like the same 4 or 5 results regardless of what your name is.
Oh.
Like one of them is like lovely gentleman.
Right.
Or something
Beautiful
like that.
rainbow.
Yeah, warrior princess is one that a lot of the girls are getting.
Warrior.
And there's a name, like somebody's name
Now
is
that's sexy. Warrior princess.
Yeah, it's Xena. That's
Xena, yeah.
that's the name that means warrior princess. But
I don't think that name would fit me.
so like there's a girl named Lisa that got warrior princess. There's a girl named Cindy that got warrior princess. There's a girl named Allison or something like that. They got warrior princess. They don't all mean that. Like if you look up a name in the baby
Well,
book,
no, of course they don't.
like my name.
I wonder if any name means warrior princess.
Well, a friend of mine, and I thought this was brilliant, put in shithead as his name, and it came back like lovely gentleman or
of
something.
course. Of course.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Good on him.
Well,
What was
I'm going to
it?
have to research my future names then.
Yes.
But I'm going to need that baby book if we're going to do a lot of podcasts.
It's online. You can just look it up.
Oh, another one of those things.
A lot of them are derivatives of each other. There's Paul, Paulie, Paulina.
Well, yeah. But I'm not going
Polly.
to use I'm not going to use the same name with different derivatives.
I know.
like
Well, I'm
every
just saying to say 20,000 is like there's 15 core names, and then there's 1,000
Yeah.
plus variations of that core name.
Well, that's the problem, is the 15.
Yes. So then you will run out of core names. You'll have to.
We're doing this weekly, right? I
Yeah.
won't even make it through the year.
Right. Not even the quarter.
I've decided, though, there's no point in complaining anymore.
Oh, there is absolutely point in complaining. That's why we're here.
Nobody listens.
Life is hard.
I know. We have something. What interesting things do we have to talk about? Oh, Twitter.
Yes.
Twitter, yes. I've been having this crisis on Twitter. I comment back on people's tweets, and oftentimes I get a sort of irrationally hostile response. So the question I have for people on Twitter is, when you put a tweet out there, especially let's say you're making some sort of claim, you're saying something is true, whether it be that Jeb Bush has a mohawk or whatever.
He clearly doesn't.
So you're
That's
making
insane.
well, that's the kind of claim we're talking about. Something that's clearly requires some sort of supporting evidence, because from the outside looking in, it looks like it's false. So you make some sort of ridiculous claim, and I see that there's like 3 kinds of people that they're gonna see this tweet. There's going to be the people that agree with you for some reason or another. Maybe they're a friend, and maybe they have the same, distorted point of view. Maybe they're another flat earther, Or they're going to be somebody who doesn't know and wants to ask questions. Is like, well, where did you, why do you feel this way? What source of information do you have to lead you to this conclusion? And then, of course, you can have there's always the people out there in the extreme that just, don't like you, they ignore you, they say you're stupid for making this claim, whatever. They make some sort of personal assault because they're just boneheaded, and maybe they have every reason in the world not to believe you, but they don't have to be hostile. But anyway, people with these claims out there, you respond. I generally respond inquisitively, like unless I know the claim to be false. Sometimes it's just something that just doesn't strike me as really likely, but I don't have personal experience with it. So I say, so how do you know this? What is your source? What's the impetus for making this claim? And then they act as if I have just said, you're fucking wrong, and that's not what I said. I said, how do you know this? And I'm looking for an answer. I've been called a troll. I've gotten hostile responses. Generally, if I stick with it, I'll sometimes talk them down and actually get into a rational discussion about whatever their claim was.
On Twitter?
On Twitter, once in a while, not always, but there are times when it's worth following through and trying to, but it's...
You don't have enough room for a
I know that's part of the problem.
discussion on
You don't have
Twitter.
enough room for anything nuanced. Like, you have to keep everything like into bullets, sound bites, which makes it really difficult. But you can, after 30 or 40 tweets, you've sort of hopefully made some
That's
kind of a
crazy. I'm going to have to follow your Twitter.
point. You don't want to follow my Twitter, especially
I do.
today. It was nuts. But it's
I want to see someone have a conversation on Twitter, because I've never seen that.
I just want to know, for those of you who are sending us comments, if you're tweeting stuff What do you expect to happen? You put it out there in the public space. Do you expect nobody to disagree with you? Do you expect nobody to maybe misunderstand what you said and ask questions? Do you expect nobody to, what do you expect? Do you just expect it to go out there and people go, oh, yeah.
I expect to be retweeted.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I tweet anything, is because I want other people to say, wow.
Well, those are the people
I'm going to retweet that. That is cool. I got retweeted like twice. It was awesome.
Those are the people that agree with you. I get retweeted every once in a while.
I don't know if they agree or well, I assume they agree if it even has an opinion. Most of the time it's just me being hilarious.
Those are the things that get retweeted the most because they're safe. They're like, nobody's making a political statement when they retweet something. Like if I say, why can't we all just get along? Everybody retweets that. Like, oh yeah, why can't we all just get along? Of course,
That's not funny.
I know, but the very next thing that they do is shout at somebody for disagreeing with them. So
we should all get along, damn it. And if you don't agree with that, then get out, because I'm right.
I think the problem is, it's the same problem we have everywhere on the internet. People on the internet, other than yourself, people that you don't know, are somehow just faceless, stupid, mindless, people that are clearly hostile to your cause. And unless they just agree with you on everything, and then they're wonderful people. But I can't tell you how many times that the first response I get out of somebody is, you don't know what you're talking about, or you're white, therefore you can't understand this, or you don't live in the right part of the world, you can't understand this, you don't know what you're talking about, you're ignorant, you're stupid. That's like the personal initial assault is always a personal attack, and they don't know anything about me.
You are white.
Well, that's true.
They obviously know a little about you.
Well, my avatar is a picture of me, but it wouldn't have to be a picture of me. It could be a picture of somebody else. A lot of people have pictures of somebody else in their avatar, a picture of their dog or their daughter or something.
I have a cartoon.
Point is simple. These people don't really know enough about me to make those sorts of rash judgments. Just like I don't know that much about them, to be fair.
But automatically they assume that you're against them just because you ask.
Well, it seems like that's the default position. If they don't know you and you're not just raving about how great they are, then you must be the enemy.
Well, of course. If you're not raving about how great I am, you're obviously the enemy. So if any of you out there don't like this podcast or anything I have to say,
you can tweet us at LIHp podcast, or you can send us a message at comments@lifeishardpodcast.com.
And I will respond with hostility because you're the enemy.
Or he will like you on Facebook.
Or that. Or you could like us on Facebook. If you agree with what we say. And if you don't agree, then you can still like us on Facebook. Because we need all the help we can get.
Is there a don't like on Facebook?
No, there's not. And
that's good.
I think we talked about this before, about making a hate button or something.
Sorry, I am not a Facebook guy. I hate Facebook.
Yeah, well.
Have I mentioned that I hate Facebook?
Add them to the list.
Can you auto-tune this? I hate Facebook.
I hate Facebook, but it could be worse.
But it could be worse.
Sounds like I'm getting redundant.
I hate
Life is
Facebook.
hard.
I guess this is where we...
But it could
But
be
it could be
worse. Life is hard.
But I would like to say,
But it could
if
be
anybody out
worse.
there wants to talk to us,
Life
hit
is
us up.
hard.
Subscribe.
But it could be
Thanks for
worse.
listening.
Life is hard. But it could be worse. Life is hard. But it could be worse.